Well, buckle up, because I've got some huge news about Season 3 and trust me, it's going to be darker, messier, and more intense than anything we've seen before. Let's dive in. First off, let's be real. Season 2 was a roller coaster. Sure, it revolved around convincing Tommy to give up Monty's company, but at some point, it felt like we were stuck in the same loop. Everyone was telling Cammy the same thing over and over. Move on, let go, start fresh. But she just couldn't. By then, it wasn't about the company anymore. It was about control, power, and desperately clinging to the last piece of Monty she had left. Watching her slowly unravel was heartbreaking and frustrating because you could see her losing herself in the process. After Monty's death, Cammy wasn't just grieving, she was falling apart. Running Medak was her way of keeping him alive, even as it tore her down. No matter how many times Tommy and Nate warned her, she refused to listen. They tried to tell her that the company had killed Monty, and if she didn't stop, she'd be next. But Cammy being Cammy, she dug her heels in and kept going. Then came the shocker. She fired Tommy. What was she thinking? He was the glue holding everything together, and she let him go like it was nothing. And if that wasn't wild enough, she immediately called Nate to offer him Tommy's position. Did she really think Nate would betray Tommy? Of course not. Their bond was too strong. When Nate turned her down, I have to admit it felt satisfying, but that wasn't even the full story. Remember those mysterious documents Cammy found? The ones with no electronic trail? They're going to play a huge role in Season 3. Nate told her to dig deeper to uncover why Monty hid them in the first place, and that's exactly what she's going to do. My bet, whatever's in those papers will shake everything she thought she knew about Monty and Medak. Now, completely alone, no Tommy, no Nate, not even Galino. Cammy is walking straight into a storm. Speaking of Galino, his loyalty always had a price. Once Tommy was gone, Galino showed he didn't care about Medak at all. He stuck around only because of Tommy. With Tommy out of the picture, Cammy is left with no one in her corner. She'll likely have to sell the company before it collapses or risk losing everything. Meanwhile, Tommy is thriving. That man knows how to rebuild from nothing. His meeting with Galino was iconic. The confidence, the pitch, the persuasion, and somehow he convinced Galino to invest millions into his new company. Nobody could turn things around like Tommy, and the team, pure perfection. Tommy as VP, Cooper as president, Rebecca as COO, Nate handling finance, Dale running exploration, Thomas in charge of drilling, Boss leading the crew, and Ariana managing the office. It's a dream team finally, something Tommy built that's entirely his, for his family. Of course, this is Landman, so there's a catch. Remember Galino's subtle but chilling threat in the finale? Taking millions from a man like him never comes without consequences. Season 3 will likely explore just how dangerous this partnership really is. If it doesn't deliver exactly what Galino wants, Tommy will see firsthand the cost of disappointing him, and there's Cooper to consider. He beat a man to death while defending Ariana, and even though it wasn't technically his fault, the victim was powerful and connected. That storyline isn't over, and if it comes back to haunt them, we'll witness a protective dad side of Tommy that's fierce, maybe even terrifying. Season 3 is going to challenge Tommy with impossible decisions, balancing family safety, keeping Galino satisfied, and running a new company. Something's bound to give, and knowing Landman, it won't end quietly. When has anything ever gone smoothly in this world? Finally, the part you've all been waiting for, the release date. Sam Elliott has confirmed that filming for Season 3 will start around April. If they stick to the same timeline as Season 2, which filmed in April and premiered 7 months later, we can expect Landman Season 3 to drop in fall 2026. Season 3 kicks off with the fallout from one of the most shocking finales Landman has ever seen. Cammy is standing alone, stripped of the people who once kept her grounded. No Tommy, No Nate, not even Galino. She's got the weight of Monty's empire pressing down on her, and the ghosts of past mistakes are closing in. After Monty's death, we saw her unravel in Season 2, desperately clinging to control as if running Medak could somehow keep him alive. But the truth is brutal. The company is both her lifeline and her destruction. Every decision she makes now carries more risk than ever, and the official trailer teases just how far she's willing to go to protect what's hers. Cammy's obsession with power is at an all-time high, and it's no longer about grief or revenge, it's about survival. She's alone, but she's not done, and that makes her more dangerous than anyone on Landman has ever faced. The documents she discovered, the ones Monty carefully hid with no trace, are back in play, and they promise to expose secrets that could topple empires. The trailer hints at explosive revelations, and it's clear that what Cammy finds in those papers will rewrite everything she thought she knew about Monty, the company, and even herself. She's walking into a storm of her own making, one where the stakes are higher, the enemies are closer, and the line between ally and enemy is thinner than ever. Meanwhile, Tommy has taken a completely different path. Fired, yes, but far from defeated. The trailer shows him stepping into his own empire, creating something entirely his own with. He's rebuilding, but in Landman fashion, nothing comes easy. Galino's shadow still looms large over him, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Tommy's rise is thrilling because it's not just about money or power, it's about legacy, family, and proving that even in the darkest moments, he can survive. But survival in Landman isn't guaranteed, and the trailer makes it clear that every step forward is fraught with danger. He's got his dream team in place: Cooper, Rebecca, Dale, Thomas, and Ariana, but even the strongest alliances can crumble when old rivalries and hidden agendas come back to life. Cooper's storyline alone promises tension and drama. His past actions, protective instincts, and clashes with powerful enemies set the stage for some of the most suspenseful moments the series has ever delivered. Tommy's protective father mode is more intense than ever, and the trailer teases moments where that fierce loyalty could clash with the ruthless world of business, leading to choices that will haunt him and everyone around him. And then there's Galino, the man who invested millions, whose influence is felt in every decision, every negotiation, every whispered threat. Season 3's trailer paints him as the ultimate wild card. He doesn't forgive, he doesn't forget, and he doesn't tolerate failure. Tommy might be building a new empire, but the trailer makes it terrifyingly clear that Galino's power isn't something that can be outrun or ignored. The tension between these two men is palpable, simmering just beneath the surface, and the trailer drops subtle hints that this rivalry could erupt into chaos at any moment. The fear isn't just for business, it's personal, and Landman thrives on those personal stakes escalating into catastrophic consequences. Meanwhile, Cammy isn't waiting for anyone to dictate her fate. The trailer gives a chilling glimpse of her descent, showing her digging deeper, risking more, and pushing every boundary she once respected. Her obsession is all-consuming, and the suspense comes from knowing that the closer she gets to the truth, the higher the cost. Season 3 promises a mix of psychological tension and high-stakes action, with Cammy's journey serving as both a cautionary tale and a thrilling spectacle. The trailer teases shocking betrayals, moments where trust is tested beyond repair, and instances where ambition overrides morality. Every glance, every word, every decision in these scenes carries weight because, in Landman, nothing is ever simple and nothing is ever fair. Finally, the trailer doesn't shy away from the consequences of power. Season 3 isn't just about who holds the reins, it's about how far people are willing to go to keep them. The visuals, the pacing, the music, even the pauses in the trailer, all of it screams tension and inevitability. Characters are pushed to their limits, alliances crumble, and the world of Landman becomes a battlefield where survival requires ruthless strategy, calculated risks, and the courage to make impossible choices. By the time the trailer ends, the message is crystal clear. In Landman Season 3, no one is safe, nothing is guaranteed, and everything is about to be destroyed. The storm has arrived, and it's going to sweep across every character, every empire, and every secret hiding in the shadows. Landman Season 3 is shaping up to be a turning point in the series, and from the trailer, it's clear that nothing will be the same. Cammy, who once seemed unstoppable in her relentless pursuit of power, is facing the harsh reality of isolation. The people she depended on most, Tommy, Nate, even Galino, are no longer by her side, and that absence is about to cost her dearly. Season 3 is going to dive deep into her psyche, exploring the dangerous obsession that has been simmering beneath the surface since Monty's death. She's no longer just managing Medex, she's fighting a war with herself, balancing grief, rage, and ambition, and the trailer teases moments where that internal struggle will explode outward. Every frame hints at a Cammy who's sharper, more ruthless, and more unpredictable than ever before. Her actions in this season won't just be about controlling the company, they'll be about asserting dominance in a world that's closing in on her. The trailer emphasizes that the stakes aren't just high, they're lethal, and Cammy's missteps could destroy not only her future but anyone who dares to stand in her way. Meanwhile, Tommy's storyline is equally compelling. Fired and seemingly set back in Season 2, he's proven that he's not someone who can be kept down. Season 3 is all about reinvention, and the trailer gives hints of how he's building into something monumental. He's surrounded by a strong team: Cooper, Rebecca, Dale, Thomas, Ariana, and Nate, each bringing their own skills and loyalty to this new venture. But while the surface may look like a fresh start, the trailer doesn't hide the tension simmering beneath. Galino's influence still looms, and the trailer makes it clear that Tommy will face consequences for every move he makes. There's an ever-present sense of danger, the kind that comes from knowing that one wrong decision could shatter everything he's worked so hard to build. The tension isn't just about business. Every interaction, every negotiation, and every handshake carries the potential for betrayal or disaster. The trailer subtly reminds us that in Landman, even victories can be poisoned by hidden threats. Cooper's arc is another storyline loaded with suspense. After the shocking events of Season 2, he's carrying a burden that could affect everyone around him. The trailer teases moments where Cooper's protective instincts clash with the violent consequences of his past, especially the incident where he defended Ariana. That single act, while morally justified, could spiral into a dangerous conflict with powerful and connected enemies. The sense of looming revenge, hinted at in the trailer, adds another layer of tension to the season. Cooper's struggle is both personal and high stakes, and the trailer suggests that Tommy's protective side will be pushed to its limits, creating moments of intensity that could redefine his character entirely. Every father-son dynamic, every decision about loyalty, and every choice made to protect family is now tied directly to survival. Galino, as always, is the shadow over every plotline. The trailer doesn't just show him as a business magnate, it portrays him as a predator, someone whose reach and influence can strike at any moment. Every conversation, every deal, and every investment in the trailer is laced with an unspoken threat. Galino doesn't forgive mistakes, and he doesn't tolerate failure. Season 3 will likely explore the full scope of his power, showing how it shapes the lives of everyone around him. The tension between him and Tommy is electric, a slow-burning threat that could erupt into full-scale disaster at any moment. The trailer hints at negotiations, confrontations, and tests of loyalty that will push all the main characters to their breaking points. In Landman, power isn't just about money, it's about survival. And Galino embodies the ultimate threat to that survival. The trailer also teases hidden documents, secret deals, and revelations that could unravel everything the characters thought they knew. Cammy's obsession with the papers Monty left behind is just the beginning. Season 3 will explore the consequences of uncovering truths that were buried for a reason, with the trailer highlighting her pursuit of answers that could shift the balance of power entirely. Every moment of suspense, every close-up, every dramatic beat in the trailer builds toward a sense of inevitability. Choices have consequences. Secrets will be exposed, and the fallout will affect everyone: Cammy, Tommy, Cooper, Nate, and even those who seem untouchable. The trailer conveys this with a mix of tension, pacing, and music, creating an almost cinematic sense of dread. Landman Season 3 isn't just setting up a story, it's setting the stage for chaos, betrayal, and moments that will leave the audience questioning who can survive in this dangerous, high-stakes world. Ultimately, the official trailer tells us one thing loud and clear: Landman Season 3 is not holding back. Alliances will break, enemies will emerge from unexpected places, and the line between friend and foe will blur beyond recognition. The stakes are higher than ever, and the trailer teases just enough to make viewers anxious for what's next. Every frame is loaded with tension, every scene is dripping with potential disaster, and every character is teetering on the edge of ruin. Season 3 promises not just dramatic confrontations and business battles, but also deep psychological conflict, moral dilemmas, and suspense that will keep viewers on the edge of their seats. The trailer is a promise. No one is safe, no one can be trusted. And Landman, as we know it, is about to be destroyed. The official Landman Season 3 trailer makes it terrifyingly clear that Cammy's world is crumbling faster than ever. She's lost the people who once anchored her: Tommy, Nate, even Galino, and what we see in the trailer is a woman spiraling deeper into obsession and desperation. Running Medeck was always her way of holding onto Monty, but now it's no longer about grief, it's about control. Every frame hints at her digging deeper into secrets, uncovering the hidden documents Monty left behind, and obsessing over power like a force that's consuming her from the inside out. The trailer teases moments where she pushes herself to extremes, making decisions that are dangerous, unpredictable, and morally questionable. Cammy's obsession isn't just thrilling, it's frightening because it shows how far someone can fall when they refuse to let go. The trailer drops subtle hints that her fixation could alienate the few allies she still has left, leaving her vulnerable in a way that could destroy everything she's been building. The tension comes from knowing that every step she takes could be the one that pushes her past the point of no return. Meanwhile, Tommy's journey in Season 3 is the perfect counterbalance to Cammy's downfall. Fired from Medeck, he doesn't crumble, he rises. The trailer shows him taking control of his destiny, assembling his own team, and building into a powerhouse from scratch. This is the first time we see Tommy not reacting to someone else's empire but creating his own. His rise is inspiring, confident, and strategic, but the trailer reminds viewers that even success in Landman comes with a shadow. Galino's presence is never far away, a reminder that even victories carry risk. Every deal Tommy makes, every step forward he takes, is shadowed by the possibility of betrayal or sabotage. The trailer emphasizes that his rise isn't just about money or prestige, it's about survival, family, and proving that no one, not even Galino, can hold him down. The suspense comes from knowing that his empire, while promising, is built on precarious ground, and one wrong move could send everything crashing down. The trailer also hints at the personal stakes for Tommy. Cooper's storyline is highlighted, showing the challenges of protecting family while managing a dangerous new venture. The past isn't gone, and Cooper's violent confrontation from Season 2 could have consequences that ripple into Season 3. The trailer teases moments of tension where Tommy's role as a father collides with his responsibilities as a CEO, creating a double-edged conflict that will test his limits. Every protective instinct, every tough decision, every moment of loyalty could lead to unpredictable consequences, and the trailer does an excellent job of making the audience feel that suspense. It's not just business, it's life and death, and every choice has weight. Cammy and Tommy's paths in the trailer are moving in opposite directions, but the tension comes from knowing that sooner or later, their worlds will collide. The trailer gives glimpses of confrontations that promise to be epic, showing how far Cammy is willing to go to hold on to what she thinks is hers, and how determined Tommy is to build a legacy that can't be destroyed. Every scene teases high-stakes drama, moral dilemmas, and moments of raw emotion that make the upcoming season feel like a pressure cooker. Cammy's obsession and Tommy's ambition create a perfect storm, and the trailer teases the inevitable moment when these forces meet in a collision that could have explosive consequences for everyone involved. And then there's the subtle tension with Galino. The trailer doesn't just show him as a power player, he's the embodiment of danger. Every investment, every meeting, every handshake carries a silent threat. Tommy might be rising, Cammy might be falling, but Galino is the constant variable, the unpredictable force that could tip the scales at any moment. The trailer teases moments where his influence could shift the balance of power entirely, making every victory temporary and every misstep potentially catastrophic. The suspense is built not just on action, but on anticipation. The fear of what might happen when ambition, obsession, and loyalty clash in a world where no one is safe, ultimately. The trailer paints Season 3 as the story of extremes. Cammy's descent and Tommy's rise aren't just parallel narratives, they're two sides of the same coin, building tension toward inevitable confrontations, shocking betrayals, and high-stakes drama. Every moment in the trailer serves as a reminder. In Landman, power is dangerous, loyalty is fleeting, and survival requires ruthlessness, cunning, and the ability to act before it's too late. Season 3 is set to explore those extremes fully, giving audiences a thrilling, suspenseful ride that will leave them questioning who can be trusted, who will survive, and who will ultimately be destroyed.